Pat Shurmur's resume since 2000 when I started in college.
Do you want me to read it? I'll just go down the list.
And I just want everybody to understand that I think I have a way to fix this, but he won't listen to me. But he shouldn't have to. You want to know why he shouldn't have to? Tell him, Bailey. Since 2000, what are his jobs?
So in 98, he was the Stanford offensive line coach. Then he went to the Philadelphia Eagles. And
he was an O-line coach first?
Well, he's a GA, coached tight ends at Michigan State, offensive line and special teams at Michigan State. Then went to Stanford.
O-line? He's got an O-line base?
Coach.
You're telling me his first jobs were O-line coach?
Yeah, O-line, tight ends.
Oh, my. I didn't know that. Now I'm really about to lose it.
Oh, this is going to be interesting. I'll keep going.
You're telling me his base as a professional coach is offensive line first? Can you repeat that, please? His first 4 jobs were what? Tight ends and offensive line, really?
Yeah, tight end, offensive line, special teams, and offensive line coach. Then he goes to the NFL. Listen to this shit, though.
Oh, what's next?
Okay, so listen to this shit. He goes to the NFL, coaches the Philadelphia Eagles tight ends and offensive line from 99 to 2001.
How can you be that bad developing the offensive line in the run game if you're an offensive line base?
And this is interesting. He goes same team, but he's the quarterbacks coach from 02 to 08.
Yeah, that's what you want me doing, jumping from the O-line to the quarterback room.
Then he went to St. Louis, the Rams, 2009, 2010 as their OC.
Uh-huh.
Then he got hired by Cleveland as head coach 2011, 2012.
How'd that go?
I think it goes without saying. 2013 to 15, he goes to Philly as the OC of the Eagles. And then he was their interim head coach when, God, who would have been their head coach that got fired?
Didn't he get hired by the Giants too?
Yeah, okay. So he goes to Minnesota after he was the interim of the Eagles, I believe, probably after Chip Kelly. That whole
who gives a fuck?
Yeah. So then he goes to Minnesota as the tight ends coach. Then he moves up as the interim offensive coordinator. 2017 is hired as the offensive coordinator, and then after that year, hired by the New York Giants as the head coach.
Again, that's twice in the NFL as a head coach.
Yeah.
Okay, you can just stop there. You can stop there.
Okay.
Now, and then he was in Denver and was awful. And we had the same problem where we would literally be sitting here breaking down the Broncos and I'll eviscerate an NFL team. I don't give a Tiffany fuck about that. I'm trying to be nice here for CU. This is me being nice. I'll eviscerate an NFL team. When he was in Denver, it was fucking atrocious.
Mm-hmm.
It was atrocious. He literally got fucking recorded at a press conference. And Bree, did he not say he was practicing incompletions? No comment. He was practicing incompletions, okay? And that's a fact. All I'm saying is that resume, since I was in college, my entire playing career, I could have played for him in the NFL. He was coaching in the NFL when I was in the NFL.
Mm-hmm.
I'm so glad he wasn't my coach. I'm so glad Bill Callahan was my offensive line coach, bro. Thank you, Bill. I know you were Nebraska's head coach when I was at CU and we had our beef, but I love you, dog. Thank you so much for teaching me all this shit. I'm so glad I got moved to offense and I was able to learn football for real. Dude, he's got all this experience and he's got an O-line base. I saw somebody in the comments like, Matt's eating his words. Why? Because he's got an O-line base? Don't you think if he has an O-line base to his coaching and that's where he started, he would be more subjective to being good at it?
That's what I'm saying.
What are you talking about?
Literally, what the hell? What are you guys talking about?
Bree is a G. You are correct. Now, look, dog, I'm sorry I'm mean and loud, and I'm really sorry I know what I'm talking about, too, because that validates it, and you can't ignore me. Because if I'm wrong, prove it. If you can't run the ball and you can't support Shador, he's not going to last, man. Last year he got hurt. Travis is hurt and probably out this week. This is if there's Arizona can't stop a fucking leaky faucet run of the ball. BYU just beat the fuck out of them in the trench. Kansas State murdered them up front. If you thought the CU game was bad, They went to Manhattan and got beat 31-7. McMillan went off, and the rest of the team got fucking shit stomped.
Yeah.
I know they went into Utah and won. I don't know if Utah's any good. I think Utah is really good in the trench, and they have no skill players and no quarterback. So maybe Shurmur and Travis should transfer there. No, I'm kidding. I'm just saying, like, dude, if there's a better opportunity to try and diversify the offense and build around something other than Travis, because he's not there, and Jimmy's probably not there, and Omarion's out. So what, we're going to go to Tucson and play fucking 7-on-7 without our best 3 receivers? Against McMillan, who's the best receiver in football, who had 14 catches on us, regardless if we double team him or not. And we're not going to put Stoudemire in when McMillan's on the field too, because Shiloh can't cover him over the top. Shiloh's a run defender. Shiloh's not a coverage safety. I know he has a pick 6 in his career. Get the fuck out of here. I'm like, this is the perfect opportunity to change. It's the perfect opportunity to put new shit on the field that they haven't seen. And then guess what? They haven't seen any of it. So, like, you can put new stuff in because you got a closed practice up there, and you can just tell Bucky to fuck off and not record this part. And all of a sudden, you're walking out in 21 personnel, 2 backs, 1 tight end on the field with Shurmur under center and running fucking power down people's face. And Arizona's like, what the fuck is this? I thought it was going to be a 7-on-7 game. Oh, this is a fucking chess game. It's beautiful. We're playing fucking checkers right now. And we're the best drooler in the room when it comes to playing checkers. Like, we're like, oh, we can jump faces 7-on-7. But when we play a chess game, we get fucked up. And I'm sorry, but good football teams in college football and the NFL play chess, not checkers. Checkers is played when you can't fucking figure out chess. Mm-hmm. And I know it's simple, but fuck, man. At what point are we going to look ourselves in the mirror and understand that we're only as good as we're allowing ourselves to be? And we, in my opinion, we're holding back to. We're putting too much pressure on 12 and 5 and Miller, who's now got a broken ankle. Do you know how fucking hard it is to always have to score?
Yeah, that's a lot.
Sometimes it's okay to just eat clock for 6 minutes and punt. You know how much of an advantage Kansas State has? And they know they can just go out and run the ball for 6 yards a carry and walk back and huddle and run the ball for 6 yards a carry and walk back and huddle. Like, I'm telling you, we were sitting there. I'm going to bring this up one more time, and then I'm going to shut the fuck up and go away, okay? We were sitting there the other night. We went up 28-24, and I looked at my son, and I looked at Bree on the sofa, and I said, I guarantee you Kansas State throws the ball right when they come out here. This is the perfect opportunity to break tendency. Kleinman's that kind of coach. They've been gutting us. We're going to put 8 or 9 guys in the box, and I guarantee you they throw the ball. And what did they do? They ran a fucking swing pass for 35 yards, and the next play they went over the top, cover 1-0 with no over-the-top safety help because we are so infatuated with stopping the run. Now, put Shedeur Sanders and Travis Hunter on Kansas State's offense. They win the national title. They win the Big 12 going away. And they're in the playoff, and you can't tell me they're not. Fuck you.
I'm not going to argue it. You give Shedeur protection in a run game. That's what
it's not even that. It's the scheme, dog.
Yeah, because it takes pressure off of them.
Yeah, like everybody keeps talking about the O-line isn't any good or we don't have any running backs. How do you know?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
How do you know? I don't know if Coach Lodeholt can coach the offensive line in a run game perspective because they won't let him. So again, like, I'm not going to sit here and say it's on Coach Prime. He's the head coach. But you know what? Pat Shurmur is a 30-year NFL head coach and offensive coordinator.
Yeah.
Bro, if he can't solve these problems, then why does he have this job? Give me a fucking break, dude. If they go to Arizona and win 48-40 and he throws for 500 yards, I'm going to be pumped. It'll be awesome, and I'll be entertained and shit. But I'm going to come back, and we're going to talk about the same shit. Mm-hmm. So if you're tired of hearing reality, this is the wrong fucking show.
Yeah, no doubt. Yeah, and don't even. I wouldn't even be concerned about people being offended. If you're offended, you ain't listening right. Like, that's what.
And hold on. Look at this. He was under center at Jackson State at least 50% of the time. I don't know if that's true because I didn't watch a Jackson State game, but honestly, I think I'm going to go back. Ecuador unpleasant. Thank you for that. I'm going to go back and find some fucking Jackson State tape and see how he did under center. Because I think Shurmur is trying to be a good soldier because what's the narrative on him? He's uncoachable and he doesn't want to hear it. And I think Coach Prime hates the daddy ball narrative because what's the narrative on him? It's fucking daddy ball, right?
Yeah.
So I think they're both trying to play out of that box. They're not trying to play fucking into it. That doesn't help them at the next level. The Sanders are about generational wealth and going to the NFL Hall of Fame. They're not about just fucking playing one year to get drafted and go fucking sell insurance based on your signing bonus, motherfucker. They're trying to actually do this correctly.
Yeah.
This isn't like a jump off for them. Like, oh, I might get drafted and that'd be cool. And I can sit in the NFL for a little bit. If Shurmur Sanders doesn't go to the league and ball out for 14 years and go to the Hall of Fame, that's not what he wants. He's trying to match his dad.
Yeah.
So don't tell me that greatness doesn't run through these guys' veins. It does. It needs to spew onto the coaching staff and everybody's fucking feelings and everybody's agendas and next year's job and all this other bullshit has got to go. It can't happen. That can't be the most important thing. If you're worried about next year's job, get on the fucking flight to Cancun now. Get the fuck out.
Facts.
Worry about next year's job after you win a bowl game. You'll get a better one. Worry about next year's job after you change the way things are going. And you put 150 yards or 180 yards rushing on people every fucking game for the rest of the year. And all of a sudden, we're diversifying the way Shurmur plays, which in actuality will only increase his fucking value because then everybody at the NFL level will see him play under center and bootleg and sprint out and throw the screen game and be able to hand off under center and change things at the line of scrimmage and identify the Mike linebacker. By the way, chat, just to hear your football 101, what does Mike linebacker mean? Since all of you are geniuses. Just hold on, Bailey, please. Yes, like the stream. Listen to Bree, or I'll fuck you up. In a good way. It's all hypothetical. I don't know any of you. Chill out. What does Mike linebacker mean? Middle. There's one. Middle. 2, 3, 4, 5. Everybody's saying middle linebacker, right? The Mike linebacker does not mean middle linebacker. The Mike linebacker means the most dangerous second-level defender.
That is facts.
The Mike linebacker, you can't get the middle of 11, everyone. What are we, slicing somebody in half? The Mike linebacker does not mean middle. The Mike linebacker means the most dangerous second-level defender in pass protection that is blocked by the uncovered offensive lineman on a pendulum off the squeeze gap. Yep. So if there's 2 receivers to one side and 3 defenders, the nickel's the Mike. He ain't the middle of shit, but he's the fucking guy that's not supposed to be there. If we're a symmetrical offensive formation with 2x2 and we're in 22 personnel, it's probably the middle linebacker because we're in a base look and there's 3 big linebackers on the field. And they're probably in some way over or under or over front with penetration defensive lineman and a sand stack defensive line or linebacker at the point of attack and a 4 technique on the field to stop cutback and they're playing the run. But in any kind of pass situation, the majority of the fucking time is either the dime that's walked or one of the nickel or dime players that's stacked with a safety over the top so they can pirate one side and bring the fucking nickel, and that's how we pass protect. The Mike means middle linebacker, my fucking dick. So again, this is what I'm talking about. Pat Shurmur probably thinks the Mike means middle fucking linebacker too. Holy nothing.
Oh, I hope not. I hope not, or else. Oh boy, I hope not, Matt. Dude, who am I? I played center.
Again, remember, hey, listen. If you go and subscribe to the Dungeon Family for $2.99, there's tons of fucking videos on there. Well, all I do is talk about this shit.
6-0 Academy film breakdown.
I mean, literally, all I fucking do is break down film. And send me anything you want. I'll break down college tape too. I just can't find it the way I can NFL tape. I'm not breaking down the TV copy from the side. That's for your fucking entertainment. That's not what coaches watch, and it's not how we teach.
Yeah, not as easy.
So again, be entertained. I'm glad everyone was fucking entertained losing 31-28 to a rival that we should have fucking beat. I'm glad everybody thought it was such a great game. It was so entertaining. Fuck your entertainment and your feelings, dog. I want to win.
Exactly.
That shit sucked.